Hello, everyone. My name is Danny Neifert. I am a licensed esthetician. I am the creator of Skin Harmonics, and I use a holistic process that restores our skin to a self-purifying and self-mending state. And it gives my clients a long-term solution to getting rid of all of that gunk that builds up in our skin, and also just for delayed aging as well. And today I want to talk about and just review everything that's involved with the care after you've come in for a deep pore cleansing session. And I just wanted to review those things. And I also wanted to announce that I have a new protocol moving forward for my clients of getting on a collagen supplement. I've been able to do a lot of study, and I've been able to watch, hundreds, thousands of people's skin recover over the years from this deep pore cleansing session. And I've come to the strong conclusion that getting on a collagen supplement is going to help optimize this healing. And I was also able to uncover a lot of research that's been done that vegetarian diets just impair our healing capacity and affect how scars form or don't form. So the omnivore diet does help wounds recover sooner and better. And I think it's just a good thing that I'm going to just be asking everybody to just get on some supplements that are going to encourage wound healing and specifically collagen. So that being said, let's dive into what is needed to just review this home care. So the day of the session, you're just going to go home. Like, there's nothing to do. You're going to leave my office. You're going to be mellow. You're going to be chill. What you could do is which is optional, is you could dab those little tiny raw areas with the first aid gel that you'll be leaving my office with. And this is optional. And then the other thing is, leave those layers on that you left my office with for as long as possible. A lot of people just rinse this off in the morning with warm water. Obviously, don't use a cleanser. Your skin isn't dirty. But I have some clients that go 24 hours only spot treating with the first aid gel and not disturbing their skin at all. So if you can leave it on longer, and I know it's like a lot of the dermal nutrients, it's a really thick coat of Lamina or Unity or Nomad, whichever one I'm using that day, or I decide to use on your skin. It's a lot of gooiness. But you can leave it on for 24 hours, as is, and just spot treat occasionally with the first aid gel. Now, that being said, once you do a warm water cleanse, no cleanser, you're just being so gentle, because what we're basically trying to do for this home care is we want to go through this tiny window of where these wounds are open and raw. We want to, number one, prevent infection. Number two, encourage the scabs to set up. Number three, protect these scabs with everything you have, and feed our skin extra dermal nutrients, and then let the scabs fall off naturally. So we want to prevent infection, encourage the scabs to set up, protect these scabs, feed our skin, and let them naturally fall off. And so what this looks like is that after rinsing and gently drying your skin, you're going to go through the exact sequence that you always do, which is Devote Mist, the Fortify Serum in the morning, and the moisturizer. Whichever moisturizer you're using, they're all interchangeable. And then you're going to spot treat with that first aid gel. And you're going to do this every morning and continue with that first aid gel for 4 to 6 days. And you're just going to be super mellow. You're not going to pick these scabs. And at night, this is where it gets a little customized. You can be in touch with me about this, but at night is the time where we want to increase that dermal nutrient dose. Now, in the session, you got a really good dose of dermal nutrients. Sometimes I use the entire vial, sometimes I don't. I customize to what skin needs, but the idea is that we want to give your skin the maximum amount of dermal nutrient. You guys have heard me talk about this being a Christmas dinner dose, a Thanksgiving dinner. I maximize that. Now, because it's such a big dose of dermal nutrients, skin can be a little, not just tender from the extra steam and from the extractions, but it's a huge dose of dermal nutrients on the skin too. It flushes the skin, so there's some tenderness the next day just based on this huge dose of dermal nutrients. And so at night, you are going to use Feast, and I'm recommending Super Feast when there's been a lot of extractions or a few that are a little bit deeper. Now, the other thing that you're gonna do for the next, I would call it 2 weeks, is you're gonna do a little bit of extra facial massage, and that's on the spots where I extracted. Our whole face loves it, but just to spend an extra moment, morning and night, kind of gently massaging those spots, but obviously doing it in a way where you're not disturbing the precious scab that we're doing everything we can to keep until they, naturally fall off. And the other rule is that there's no exfoliation for 2 weeks, not even Revive, nothing, no exfoliation. And there's no using the bright vitamin C powder either. It's just those two things are just too much for our skin while it's in this recovery period where we just want it to put all of its energy into recovering and healing. And the other thing is to minimize sun exposure for about a week. The dermal nutrient dose, this huge dose during the sessions, is a sun sensitizing dose. And we don't want to go out over the next few days and just sunbathe or, go skiing or anything, because there's a good chance you might hyperpigment, and that's the last thing that any of us wants or needs. So take staying out of the sun seriously for about a week. That's like hats, don't go out in peak hours, all of that. Now, once the scabs fall off, some of the bigger extraction points are going to be they're going to be pink and slightly indented, and this is normal. This pink is excellent. It's exactly what we want, because this means that's blood flow basically, and that means that our skin is still in that wound repair window, and we want to keep that pinkness for as long as possible, a few months even. And these spots are going to heal from the inside out over the next few days, weeks, and even months. And I also wanted to talk about these collagen supplements and why they're so important. Again, I wanted to reiterate that I found a lot of reports that were basically revealing that that vegetarian diet skin just doesn't have the ability to recover from wounds in the same way that omnivore diets do. So I don't always just believe everything I read. I think there's a lot of back and forth with vegetarian diets and omnivore and carnivore diets, and I feel like there's so much that is said on either side. It's hard to know what's actually true, but I've decided, and after looking at a lot of information extensively, especially over the last few weeks, and combining that with what I've experienced with thousands of clients, I've come to the strong conclusion that getting on a supplement, collagen supplements for vegetarians, and getting on a whole profile of vitamins and nutrients to supplement is going to help a lot with optimal recovery. So, slowing down for this post care is really important, because of course as you each know, it's number one, really important that you're all on these products so that your skin is soft and is used to receiving the nutrients. Everybody that comes to me has already had their skin in a barrier restoration. It's already been recovered in that way. And so there's all these products that you're using before you come. And the whole point of those products is not just to get your skin cleaned out. The point of those products is that you're on them long term so that I'm needed less and less and less, so that your skin truly does arrive in that self-purifying and self-mending state. And so slowing down for this time of recovering with your skin is just so worth it. And of course, we have these deep pore cleansing sessions because this gunk gets stored in our skin for many years. I mean, there's a lot of evidence from where I sit after looking at skin for so many years that this stuff will permanently be lodged in our skin for 20 plus years if they aren't taken out. And so, coming in to have these taken out is really been so beneficial for our skin, because these milia that get stuck in our skin is what causes the precursor lesions to form. And later on, these precursor lesions can turn into cancer. But often they don't, but moreover, they become these like much bigger problems in our skin, where getting this stuff out now while it's little and is much easier than years down the road having to have scars and stitches and even plastic surgery involved, because these milia were allowed to take hold in our skin in the first place. And of course, these deep pore cleansing sessions, they're not a typical spa facial. They're all the opposite. I'm providing a procedure and a service that is exactly what's missing in the skin industry. Whereas nobody really wants to deal with the stuff that's in skin. It's something that the whole industry kind of kicks the can around and wipes it under the rug, and nobody ever really wants to deal with it. And of course that means it's just chronically building up in people's skin, especially because what I discovered is that conventional skincare products and procedures actually shut down our skin's ability to release and its native ability to become self-purifying and self-mending. So this is the way that we can get our skin back into this luminous hallway that it was born to be. So I hope that this was helpful, and I will see you each next time.